Throw away because I have family on my main. Trigger warning, death. I, a 39-year-old man, have a son who is 4 years old. My wife passed away during childbirth. Before her death and the pregnancy, we had been having some marital issues. I suspected cheating. I worked long hours to provide as she had gone back to school for nursing since she hated her job. But the thoughts and worries of the cheating quickly faded as the few times I tried to catch her never worked. I figured I was paranoid. When we realized she was pregnant, she begged for couples counseling and put a lot more effort into the home and our relationship. I began to feel guilty for ever doubting her because she was so excited and warm about the pregnancy. It was like this was the light we needed to get back on track. She had finished her degree and was looking for work. I could take on fewer hours because we didn't have the cost of tuition anymore, and everyone was thrilled with the news. It was like that rough patch was just a dark cloud that passed by. She became very clingy and possessive during her pregnancy. My mother and her mother assured me it was actually normal and not to let it get to me. Her own father had abandoned her mother when she was pregnant, so I thought it was irrational hormones. When it came time for delivery, something went wrong. I won't go into details, but she lost a lot of blood and passed. I seriously considered giving our boy up for adoption, but he was too perfect and all I had left of her. I switched gears, got a new job with work-from-home benefits, and moved to a new country very quickly. Looking back, all the big changes were probably a knee-jerk reaction from the grief. I was never able to step back inside the house I shared with her. Sometime last year, my son had an accident, and it honestly was the scariest thing. He is fine now. But I found out through some blood tests that it was impossible for me to be his biological father. So I did an at-home DNA test and it came back negative. Despite that, this is my kid. I don't think I will ever be able to look at him any other way. He's my best bud. I was recently home for the holidays, and my sister remarked that he wasn't looking very much like me. I tried to brush it off as him getting it from my wife's side, but she kept pushing. Eventually, she managed to snag a bit of DNA and do a test. Her results came back not too long ago, and she has been spreading it all across the family. My mother is upset with her, but now worried about me, as if this was new information. The news quickly spread around their small town, and a man I don't know has stepped forward, claiming to be the father. He was a fellow nursing student, I guess. He wants me to uproot and go back to town and share custody. He was talking about getting full custody, but that was immediately shot down by my in-laws, who scolded and berated him for cheating with a married woman and how he was no man to raise a child. I'm not leaving where I am now. I refuse contact with that guy. He can't serve me for anything legally, as we are an ocean apart, and he has no proof he is the biological father. My mother is worried my son will hate me for this. I am a little too. Maybe when he is older, I can tell him when he can understand everything better. But that guy makes it sound like I'm the asshole. He had to know she was pregnant. It was all over our socials, and that there was a chance my son could be his biologically. Am I the asshole? Edit spelling.